It's time for the visit with a person of high strangeness. Today we're going to summarize some things on the show, that bits and pieces of footage that I should have played earlier for you in the year. The name of the show is July, because it's in July I found all these treasures to bring them to you. We're going to start off with one of my camera people from a few years ago. His name is Mike Strand, and he got hurt, and here it is 5 years later. And I like to share his story with you and give you a little update on how he is. So come right along. We have a lot of territory to cover today, okay? For those of you that remember, this is Mike Strand. He was our camera person. Hi Mike, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thanks.
I haven't seen you in how many years?
In about 5.
5, yeah. I don't have a mic on this. And you're here to help me with my screwed up computer today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said a bad word. I understand you said some bad words for the last 5 years.
Yeah, I have.
We could make a riddle out of this, but we're not going to. I'm gonna let you summarize what's been going on.
Well, basically what's been going on with me is I broke my leg, my left tibia and fibula, comminuted compound, put both the bones through my jeans, and 5 years ago. And I had it healed. Well, I had to work down here in Olympia Orthopedics, and they fixed my leg, but I had a 45-degree grade. In other words, it was bent from the knee down, and it was crooked like that, and my doctor graciously offered to cut it off 3 different times, and I was kind of partial to it. I had it for 40 years and didn't really want to get rid of it yet. So as opposed to having him cut it off, I suggested perhaps you could refer me to Harborview Medical up in Seattle, because they're doing tibia replacements up there. And he informed me I didn't need a new tibia, and I said, you're right, I don't, but if they're doing tibia replacements, they're obviously on the cutting edge of shin bones, and I need to get the best care I can get. So he sent me up there, and they graciously put on this new device to straighten my leg.
Okay, I'm gonna go down here and show it to
pan
him.
down.
Okay.
Now what this device does is it has 6 different struts that I adjust daily, and I'm stretching my leg out, straightening it out. One moment. Yeah, so they put this on, and I adjust it daily, slowly straightening out my leg, and I have to wear this for approximately 5 months. And once it's all said and done, my leg will be straight. And I'm just upset that it took me 5 years to get them to refer me to an actual care clinic that has the wherewithal to do it. You know, I figure, you know, if you have a bent fender, you don't send it to a radiator shop. You go to a fender bender, a body shop, and basically what I learned from this whole experience was I was tested on. He did what he could with the knowledge that he had, and never bothered to refer me to someone that could actually fix it. And so I've gone through 5 years of torture, and now I have to go through another couple more years of torture that was seems to be unnecessary in my eyes, but live and learn.
Yeah, it was a car accident originally,
Yes,
no?
Originally it was broken by a car.
Yeah, I was on the road when that happened, I remember.
Yeah, very painful. It's been a very painful 5 years, and it's very painful now as well.
I'm one of the people that is tested like that, and the only way I can justify it that is once I experience, I pass it on and we learn something from it. What do you want to say to the people out there about this as a learning experience?
Well, what I've learned is that doctors are very, very proud people. They're not all the best. There are better doctors, and there is the worst doctor in the world out there. And the scary thing is that one of us could have an appointment with him tomorrow. But what I learned is that the best thing to do in any medical situation is to seek out separate opinions. Go look for the best opinion you can get, and And, you know, when he offered to cut it off 3 different times, I was hesitant to let him even put me under again to fix it. He offered to fix it, and I was afraid I'd wake up without a leg. So I asked him to refer me up to Harborview, or they looked at it, and I explained what he wanted to do, and they just looked at me in awe that I was even, these words were coming out of my mouth, because they obviously were light years ahead of what they can do here in Olympia.
Now, oh, excuse me. So how's it changed your life? You was a real vibrant person, real busy.
Mentally, I'm still real vibrant, but I deal with a lot of depression and a lot of pain daily, and obviously, and it slowed me down a little bit, but I'm gaining more hope every day, and my leg's straightening out, and I can see the difference. Although the pain is still there and it's not healed yet, I know I'm well on the way to getting it healed.
And cost-wise, did you have insurance or?
No, I had no insurance.
No insurance. That might have had something to do with it, you think?
It had a great deal to do with it. I definitely can see the difference between once you lose everything you own due to an injury or an illness, and you have to resort to Medicaid, or the state picks it up, which I'm grateful for. I'm very grateful that the state is helping me out with this, because I've already lost everything. But I do notice that there is a difference in healthcare. You get ignored, you get put on the back burner, and I'm not complaining over that, because I am getting the healthcare, and I can wait. But I do definitely notice that you're the last one to get looked at in the hospital room.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. So any encouragement? My battery is dying. Any encouragement for anyone?
I guess the most encouragement I can give is look for separate opinions, and try and stay out of the way of moving vehicles, and just
cool.
Lots of hope.
Our battery is dead, and I thank you so very much.
Thank you.
We learned a lot. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. My knight in shining armor here, trying to fix my PC. There you go. So we're really going to wish Mike well. I'm looking for stories that are of interest to more than one person, and because we have covered healthcare issues in the past, if you have an unusual story, it doesn't even have to be unusual, because we run into the same thing over and over again. But I would appreciate if you shared with us, because each time we have an experience, someone else can learn from it. And then we sort of can justify why we're going through what we do, because we can all learn something from it. And so please give me a call, and we'll cover your story, And I'm going to change gears for a minute. Because we had winter forever, there was very little to do. And there came a time I wanted to just go to a bookstore and get permission to film there. So I went to Borders, and they said we could film there. However, it never really materialized. But while I was doing this, I went into a couple of things I wanted to show you. I don't know who the publisher is, but they have, Borders has a whole section of books. It's like a clearance rack, and you have these wonderful table books here, and they are so informative. And I'm going to show you one. This one is called Earth, the World Explained. And they make wonderful gifts, and they are $5.99. Just wonderful books. See, there's this one, and it makes reference to, it says, from the molten core to the atmosphere shield, the Earth's driven forces are revealed through authoritative text and more than 250 spectacular illustrations, photographs, maps, and diagrams in this unparalleled guide to our planet. So this is this one. And let's see, my here bang here. The other one is one, The Universe, the Cosmos Explained, same format. And it says it examines the most fascinating aspects of the universe through authoritative text and more than 250 photographs, illustration, and diagrams. And it also includes star charts and glossary for those of you that don't know what words mean. So there's one. I think we're gonna make noise here for a minute. Hang on. And then this one here. We always want to go to the stars. However, this one is the Earth from the space station, and it has all these different. It's an astonishing portrait of our home planet as seen from orbit, revealing not only Earth's present but also its past and the possible future. And then I'm gonna turn it around here. And it has maps and different things that they examined. And I'm going to open it for you here. Here, I'm going the wrong way here. And it is just a beautiful piece of work. And like I said, they make good gifts and they're fun for especially young children. And so next time you go to Borders, take a look. I don't know how long they're going to have them, but I thought that might be of interest to you, since we want to cover some local things also. Of course, it's summertime, and with the gas prices and everything, there's very few places we can go this year. And so for those of you that's familiar with Scotty B's, I want to give you a real quick preview of what they're doing at Scotty B's on Friday. And enjoy that, and then maybe later on in the year we can catch up with them and talk to them individually. So for all you car buffs, come along, let's go to Scotty B's. I'm at Scotty B's. If you remember, we did 2 stories on the place, and I just found out on Friday nights everybody's going to meet here with the cars. So for those of you that like to visit and talk to the people, you might want to check it out and have a hamburger. And they have all you can eat fish at Scotty B's. Look at the color. Wow. Wonderful. Oh, gee. And here's a red baby. Come on. There you go. I'm getting ready to leave. We got here late. There was a oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I saw a Jeep that looked like a zebra. Let me see if I can find it for you. Well, we hope you enjoyed the cars. Early in February each year we have the Ethnic Festival in Olympia, and the friends that don't live here really enjoy that kind of activity. And so it was a little hard this year because the weather was extremely bad, and it was very hard to get permission to do certain things and to film certain people. But I did what I could, and so we're going to take a quick trip through not the film festival. I keep thinking film festival, and the reason for that is right across the street is the theater that we have the film festivals. The Ethnic Festival in Olympia in February 2008, and we spent a whole afternoon there, and we were just freezing. So come along, and we'll go see what they have. The parking space, and it's in the middle of the street, right here. Now this is on Washington Street. Look at the snazzy booths in one of the shops. Look at the dresses for the ladies. Wow, it's called Doria's, a ladies' boutique. And so we are at the center of the Washington Center of the Performing Arts. Permission all in place, and off we go to the Ethnic Festival. And these are things we make out of paper, no?
Yes, everyone made by this just square.
Uh-huh.
But it's fold, after, like that.
Okay, well anyway, it starts out with a square paper and then it becomes a frog. Oh wow. Can you do that again, please?
Sure you can.
He jumps. Thank you very much. Now these are Japanese citizens, and they write your name for you.
Connor means canine lover, lover of canines.
They call,
Not up very high.
what are they called?
Bonsai.
Bonsai trees. Bonsai. Aren't they pretty? Wow. And this is how you spell it.
Correct. Hey, you just said.
And this is the Olympia Bonsai Club. It is also a website here. So please tell me, what got you interested in working with these trees?
Actually, my interest developed from pictures of them. I saw them in magazines, and I thought there would be something I'd like to do. So I got interested in the local club and started getting interested in bonsai.
Is it an expensive hobby?
It doesn't have to be, but it can be. You can use regular tools, or you can invest in bonsai tools, and so you can collect out of the wild, or you can go out and buy a tree. So kind of your choice. It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Now, as you can see, I really wiggled this camera here because this is in a different place than what we're used to. And thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Old tent in the middle of the street for everybody to do some things. Yeah, I have a cousin that lives in Denmark somewhere.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
This is actually made by one of our members.
Is it? Very nice. Here we go. Here we have a Nordic Exposure Scandinavian dance band.
Yeah, she just left that there with us.
In
She can't
Tacoma.
put that here, but that's okay too.
Here we have a table. This is how to get a hold of this young lady here.
Except one set of
Mighty pretty. This is, anyway, this is the table from Cambodia. This is the Finnish table.
Yes.
And hey, that's a Finnish cookbook. And here that gives you a little story. You meet every second Saturday of each.
We saw your wife
I've been busy with something else, such as reading.
So
Do you do any other events in Olympia? All over. All over. And what's the name of the club?
We're going to be down
this is a tribe from Alaska.
they're doing one at the center.
These are the pictures on the drum.
What you sing the notes so other tribes can share in song.
They used to around.
This is really hard.
Yeah, really nice slideshow here.
Tia, yeah, if you want to go ahead, take one of those back here on our back. That's our website.
Okay, I'll put that
We have
on
an
the
events.
list.
We have an events page. Lists all our events. Yeah, sure.
So look what we got now. This is lumpy rain.
Oh, there.
She says,
Oh, how
She's
cool.
a blue front Amazon. Marta, Marta, Marta.
That's the one you sing with the dog.
Pretty bird, pretty bird. What? Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Pretty bird, yeah, she's pretty. She's convinced she's a pretty bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, say, I'm a ham, I'm a ham. Yeah, pretty bird. Oh, yeah. Oh, so happy. He's whistling. Her name's Marta.
Marta.
I think she's about 30 years old.
30 years
Yeah,
old.
that's what they said, something like 28 years old a couple years ago, so I'm thinking she's about 30 now. I guess they can just estimate unless they know. Look, there's a baby. See the baby?
Thank you.
When?
I don't know yet. Maybe next month.
My name's Dee. Make sure you say hi to Dee and Marta.
And you want to say hi to who?
You say hi to Dee and Marta, and then if you can, say hi to Tim and Vicky Kirsch, because that's where I got her.
Okay, we'll do that.
That's where I got her. That was her mom and dad, and now I adopted her, and she's mine.
Okay, we'll do that.
Mwah. She's a sweetie pie.
Okay, well, anyway, this is from India. So for you ladies that want to belly dance, oh God, this is beautiful. So we have beautiful stones, pendants. Just beautiful. I like this one here. Look at the heaters they put in here. So we stay nice and warm. So here we have Happy Chinese New Year, 50% off. And you live in Olympia?
No, I'm living in Linwood.
In Linwood?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Look what's out there.
No.
Snow.
I'm
Yeah.
really happy here.
Yeah, thank you. Man, I don't know why they have this so early in the year where everybody's just freezing. But they do this every year, so.
Oh, during this time?
It's usually in February, yeah. Cold. Thank you. beautiful day today. All the snow, well, some would consider it pretty. But here I'm going to leave you with some of the walls, the outer walls of the building from Buc-ee's at Fifth Avenue. And as you can see, there isn't hardly anybody in town today. Unfortunately, we have not went on the road yet, and with the gas prices and the illness of some of the friends, we just haven't quite gotten there yet. And so one of the things we had said is we was going to stop and check Hot Lake, for those of you that's been following that saga for a long time. And we still plan on going there here shortly, but in the meantime we'll give you a little tidbit. I called there, and that's what they sent me, and so they'll give you an update. Feel free to call there, and so let's see what's going on at Hot Lake real quick, and I'll see you in a little bit. Normally I would be on my way to Hot Springs. The banks you hear is the 4th of July. They still shooting fireworks. Well, anyway, at this point I'm not on the road yet, so I had phone calls about Hot Lake. And you wanted to know what was going on at Hot Lake. Hot Lake is right outside of La Grande, Oregon, for those of you that are unaware of what we're talking about here. La Grande, Oregon is right on the east side of Pendleton Pass on Interstate 84. I called to see how they were going, how things were going. They sent me a disc. I'm gonna put it in the computer, and I'm gonna go see if I can show you how far they have gotten with the restoration. I introduced you to Hot Lake when it was empty, and we did a ghost hunt, and to put it in the historical recorders for the area, and that's how you, the viewer, ended up at Hot Lake. In the meantime, the place was sold, and I'm going to show you part of what they sent me here. You can see the number here. I will give it to you again at the end. Hot Lake Spring Resort, David and Lee Manuel. Phone number. Let me see if I can give you this phone number. It's 541 963 16685. 541 963 4685. The volume on the computer is is extremely low, so I'm just gonna kind of tell you what they're talking about. Let's see, here we go. We really appreciate them meaning David and his wife sending this to us, and no matter what, I could not make it louder.
Soon 200-degree water started bubbling up through a crack in the Earth's surface.
This talks about the lake, how the hot water started bubbling up after the hot winters. It was a peaceful place for gathering. It's mineral-laden water. The early settlers found this sulfur smell. Over 1 million gallons a day. No one knows where it originated. After the turn of the century, Hot Lake Sanitarium was built. It was the Mayo Clinic of the West, just to remind you. there was a railroad and people came from Portland and everywhere.
2,500 meals a day were
2,500 meals were served.
came to the resort for the baths.
They came for the bath.
I was first here in 1933.
This man came when he had pneumonia.
And then later in the year, I had my tonsils taken out.
And he had his tonsils taken out.
The third floor was the surgery and the hospital.
This is the hospital and the surgery floor.
Well equipped too. They had mud baths here and
Mud bath.
which then in a little concrete building out here still, but not the same as it was.
We had taken you there when the place was abandoned.
That hot sulfur water. The second floor was for guests.
The second floor was for guests. We took you to the second floor. It was very destroyed at that time, but that's what it looked like before.
On the second floor. Then on this floor were
First floor, dining rooms.
and other amenities of that kind. And very nice place it was.
He says it was a very nice place.
Fire destroyed the eastern half of the Hot Lake Sanatorium.
A fire destroyed it 1932.
Downhill slide. Over the years, Hot Lake, named after Hot Springs, Arkansas, changed. Different owners had different ideas of what should be there. The
Now they have new owners.
the West took its toll. Some owners ran out of money.
Most of them ran out of money.
Some ran out of dreams.
Some ran out of dreams. And now with the
The last 10 years,
2 years ago we took you there.
damaged by the elements.
It was vacant for 10 years.
4 windows out of 350 are intact.
It had 350 windows that were broken.
Some people thought they could bring the 65,000 square foot building back to life.
Some people thought they could fix it,
Proper experience, the business skills, the capacity to see the big picture.
but that didn't always
Until
work.
Lee and David Manuel started prowling.
So when the manuals came along,
David is a nationally known bronze artist.
he's a bronze artist. All his work is
Business 80 miles away in Joseph,
displayed there.
Lee brought in family members to
They
look,
made this a
study
community
the value,
project.
and dream. Then Lee started making phone calls to structural engineers.
And they brought in structural engineers and everything. And when we took it there 2 years ago, it was pretty much renovated. It is now open for business. You can rent rooms and stay. Just a beautiful area. So I suggest you call and see what they're doing. There's also on demand sometimes for those of you that have Comcast. Sometimes they have stories like that on demand where you can go and visit. And it's not that far away, you know, for gas prices and everything. Then the next big city is Baker City.
There have been meetings with a variety of people.
And it's a wonderful little place to go to also.
Hot Lake back to its former glory.
These are the people that took it back to the former glory.
I was so overwhelmed with emotion that I couldn't think about
And that's the lady you met on our program.
what to do first. And now that's starting to come together. What to do first.
They have a lot of guts, I
Work
must
phase
tell
1,
you.
Phase 2 and phase 3, and take it
Yeah.
all a chunk at a time rather than the huge project. It's been
Huge
18 months
project.
since David and I sat on those steps.
That's what it looked like. It looks like
We've
now.
already made so much progress. The local support from this community has been so incredible.
She talks about the local support
Residents
and how they could not do it without,
and now our collectors,
without any help from outsiders.
becoming participants as well.
And they were talking about turning it into a war memorial.
People have
I don't
participated
know
in
if
supporting
that
the project
took place.
have been bricks.
So the best thing you can do, just give them a call. You can buy bricks and own part of the property. And I hope that helps you, the friends that asked me about Hot Lake. And I just haven't been able to go there this year. So we'll see what happens.
Placed on the windowsill with your name
Okay.
on it, that shows that you sponsored the restoration of that window. The print.
So let's look a little bit at his work now. Here we're gonna see, here we go, Sulphur Blend by David Manuel. This is some of his paintings.
This is my first painting in 20 years.
I don't know if you can hear that, but he says it's his first painting in 20 years.
Project to do. For one thing, it was learning how to mix the colors again after
You had to learn how to mix colors.
It was hard to concentrate on.
He said it was hard to concentrate and to actually
listen to the radio or TV out of one ear and do my sculpting. But
capture it the way it was.
this particular scene here
Here we
depicts
go.
the Stewart party as a
This is the Stewart party.
to tell John Jacob Astor that they have established the fur trading post on the Columbia River, and it was the American fur trading post.
So he just did historical paintings. It was very important to him that it was historically. He said he wanted to really, really be accurate. He is talking about
Down here we have a very early bus, I guess, along with the project. This mountain man here has a trade symbol for the Indians.
it said it was a trade symbol for the Indians, the musket. That's what he's talking about.
I enjoyed this painting, but I got more of a feel for the painting as it was getting closer to being finished.
And here we are.
Enjoyed it. This person here is making coffee, and he's smelling the water because of the sulfur, and he's wondering if
This man's making coffee. That's how they discovered the sulfur.
That's why I named this painting Sulfur Blend.
That's why he called it sulfur blend. And here again, if that's to your liking, you can go and call.
Hot Lake is going to be all the elk, because
He said Hot Lake is going to be all about the elk.
expedition, they described elk antlers laying all over around.
He said they had elk antlers laying everywhere.
This means that in the past there was just thousands of head of elk that have come in.
Yep, and here we go, and I believe that the all the ghosts are gone except the piano player, and it's a short ways from Olympia, so you could actually use a. You can do it from here for 2 tanks of gas, one to go there and one to come back.
But right now, I'm not going to tell you anything more about a possible Hot Lake bronze.
He's not going to tell you about nothing else, he said. Here we go, the number again, 541-963-4685. And that's what I know about that in Hot Lake. We have lots of Bernie fans. To refresh your memory, Bernie was my director for like 10 years, and then he got married and decided to move away. And so we miss him very, very much. The other thing that happened is Bernie had a Latino music show, and of course he's no longer able to do that. And so while I was rummaging through my things here, I actually found Bernie at work doing an interview that we did, I believe in 2000 or something like that. Well, anyway, it's bilingual in Spanish and in English. And for those of you that are Bernie fans, I'm going to give it to you uncut. Now, on the sound, some of it isn't very loud, but it is a Let's Go to Work with Bernie Day anyway, this clip is. And so we're going to let him shine and remind you, we need to call him and say, get back here, we need you. So this is for you Bernie fans.
Sing. There you go. So you can use your own mic then. No, because that's set up for the flute. I don't know.
Hello, testing. Can you hear me?
Speak some Spanish now, Bob.
Hola.
Ahora sí, estamos aquí con su programa Reino de Estrellas y este grupo que nos acompaña tan lindo, una música que no es hispana, o sí es hispana, porque si han oído a Carlos Santana, todos los que están tocando ahorita mismo. Just pick one, Lily. Bob, right?
Yeah.
All right. let me know, how did you guys happen to get together and create this sound?
Well, I first joined this group in December '98 when Rob gave me a call, and he got my name through the internet, and we were both connected with this network in the Seattle area, and he happened to find my name in this network and gave me a call, and then I came and did a gig with them, and it was good.
And they say, all of a sudden,
There
you're
was-
hired.
Yeah, there was grooves
That was
happening,
it.
so I stuck around.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Sí, ese es otro modo de usar la computadora, ¿no? Así es que si ustedes tienen computadora, pues vamos a usarla. Si no, pues vamos a ver. Aquí con nuestra amiga Alma. Camera 2. Alma, please. There you go. Ahorita con nuestra amiga Alma que está platicando con el percusionista, vamos a ver por qué se viste así, ¿ok?
My name is Jeffrey.
Well, nice to meet you. I find your music fascinating, beautiful. Can you tell me about your clothing, please? It's very beautiful, very colorful.
Well, this clothing is just for a special celebration, like performances with Maya Soleil. It was actually given to me by an American gospel group, but I use it for various performances.
Thank you. Also, I noticed the instrument. Can you tell us about it, please?
Yes, this is a berimbau. It's very common in Brazil, but it's a West African instrument, and it's the first stringed instrument. And it evolved from the bow and arrow, and it's got a vegetable, a gourd on the end, which acts as a sound resonator, and it's played with a stone, a stick, and a little basket shaker called a kashishi. And so it sounds like this.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Can you tell us how long you play in the group, please?
You happen to get this name?
Maya Soleil actually was an interesting improvisational event during a jam session. We used to get together. We started, actually the whole band started about 4.5 years ago as a workshop, and immediately we started to play together and improvise and create songs. And we were like, and one day, TJ started singing, Maya, 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 Maya. And that name had come from his cousin's girlfriend and his cousin who used to say Maya to each other because she was from Nepal, and that's a term of like lover or best friend. And then somebody else in the group just came up with Soleil because it sounded good. Maya, Maya, Maya Soleil.
So it wasn't somebody's name.
It was not someone's name. It just was, part of a song to begin with, and then we liked the name. And Soleil, of course, in French means sun or light. We like to think of it as that inner light that comes forth from the rhythm in the music.
Wow, ahora sí entendemos mucho más de lo que hay en la música. Y le voy a preguntar a ver qué tan fácil es. A ver, how easy was it for you guys to play?
How easy to play?
Well,
we're musicians. We love to play, so it was pretty easy. Actually, as it all evolved, I had worked with TJ, our drummer, and Moe, our lead singer, in another group, and with one of the great African musicians in the Northwest, and Mohammed Shayabu. And we liked what we were doing there, but I kind of wanted a little more of a jazz element in the group, and a little more, little less guitar, and a little more keyboards, of course.
Right.
And then I started the group, and it just kind of happened. We combined the African rhythms and Moe's vocals in African with the jazz sound and the funk sound.
You know what? Do you know the reason why I asked you how easy it was? Because I play guitar. And for me, when I started, it was pretty hard. I almost gave it up.
Well, yeah.
See?
Well, yeah. When you first started, it's very difficult.
See, and most of the people that see us, some of the kids say, "Wow, they play so good," and I want to play that. And they get a keyboard, and they start playing, and they get they get disenchanted and discouraged, and they stop doing it. But
well, it's you know, the thing about it is that everyone has rhythm and music inside of them, and especially rhythm, and that's the place to start. And if you start simple, you can build on that. And it takes many years. I've been playing a very long time, you know, and so it's.
Ahí lo tienen. No es fácil, pero lo fácil es que si tienen el ritmo adentro y les sale la música, pues empiecen con algo fácil y luego le siguen. Y entonces van a ser unas estrellas. You know, this program is called Reino de Estrellas, Star Reign. And the reason why I have musicians, celebrities, is because to me they're stars. And we all know we don't get there so easily as somebody says, hey, and all of a sudden he wanted to be a musician, he's playing keyboards and he's earning millions.
We're not there yet.
Not yet. I bet you start on your second million like me. Okay. El que lleva el sonsonete ese es el baterista, y en unas de nuestras unas de las canciones él fue el que empezó, ¿no? Oímos primero la batería, empezando, y aquí TJ es parece que es el corazón de este grupo, pero vamos a preguntarle. You know, TJ, I told him, TJ, my name is Bernie. I told him that the drummer is mostly like the heart of the whole band because it gives the beat, right?
It can be the backbone, yes.
And some of the songs that they have seen out there, we heard you, and unfortunately our camera wasn't on you, and we heard the bass man and the keyboardist, but in the background we heard the beat, and I bet you everybody say, hey man, where's the beat coming from? And now we see you now. Why so elaborate, man? I've never seen this setup before, and it sounds so cool. What led you to this?
I like toys. The more toys, the better. It started out basic like everything else. I started on just a drum set, you know, when I was in my teens, and basically learned hand percussion after that. Was playing with some great players that kind of showed me some different things, and I decided why not incorporate the whole thing together and see what would happen.
Now, the keyboardist told me that, y Alma, venga para acá para que nos vean a los dos juntos, hombre. Así es que, where are we here? 1, 2, 3. Así es que dentro de poco van a ver, si ven los cassettes allá, los CDs, pues cómprenlos. O, espérese, no debemos decir cómprenlo, pero si ven Maya Soleil, recuerde que estuvieron y los vieron en Reino de Estrellas. ¿Está bien? Así es que hasta luego.
Katieni kumunda, katieni mukulima, amubone lisuba lyashika, tuni titokwimba, kwacha, katieni kumunda, katieni mukulima.
been a good visit. I hope you enjoyed it. I needed to say something else here. The other morning I turned on the television, and for those of you that watch the shows on Friday morning, I wanted to remind you that our show is politically and religiously neutral. And the reason I thought I'd bring that up again, because I had religious programs on both sides of me, airing before and after, and I was amazed to let you to notice that whatever we were saying, it's almost all the same message. So I just wanted to remind you, we are neutral, and it's our job to make you think. And so we are not, you know, preaching to you per se. We're just sharing thoughts. And we are politically and religiously neutral. And I'm really glad that you came for another week. And then next week, I think next week I'm going to take you to a nightclub. We're going to go dancing next week. And so, boy, the clips we had covered a multitude of years, and it's really nice to look back sometimes to see where we've been and where we're going. And I hope you have a great week, and pull out the barbecue and do something that saves gas in the environment. And we will see you next week. We're going to close you out with Randy, as always, with Randy Shaw. And Randy is not feeling so well at the moment, so please put him in your thoughts. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
We've had take us down, and it's just because